not have much for us to have Molly promote them, right? Right, exactly. But I think. Oh.
No. I'm gonna come back. You go back and work now. I'm gonna come back at 9:30. Okay. Dial in. I'm gonna be back at 9:30. Okay. I'm gonna set up and doing a lot of stuff. Naima.
Right. Even if you make a group and then you text them. Right. Right.
Ooh, maybe get a good crowd tonight. Okay, don't forget, come back at 9:30. We're gonna start.
Yeah, okay, right. They are, right. Yeah.
Ah, hi. My great good father. Wow.
I wonder if there's anyone who, like an Isha at Hilton, who might be willing to be the accountability, the pusher. And she,
Okay, bank problem, Devlin. Yeah, we could cover all that tonight. Let's see. I gotta set up for about a half hour or so, and then I'll be broadcasting. I'm in the Let's Go Club. Yay! Let's see. What the hell I call this?
By the way, I'm going to be at her school at Reservoir tomorrow. She's one of her school girls groups that's doing legislative action in Annapolis. So they've already met with the state delegate. They asked me to talk to them about how they're talking. And I will have pictures when I see them tomorrow. They haven't started the lobby. They're prepared. Yeah, I'm hoping I'll definitely have.
Okay, John Jones, thanks for showing up, guys. It looks like a nice crowd tonight, but I'm have some time to get set. That's why I just, instead of announcing I'm going to have this, I just, I'll go live and just set everything up for a while. That may be easier in a way.
What I've always found is, individual appeals. Really, Victoria, we really, I know it's that is what, it's for us to, people, yeah. Yeah, she really needs it, right? Really? Well, but so many of our allies are on Facebook, so I tend to email them. But it's funny, it's a small number.
I hate flags.
You know, but again, it could be down the road. There's a webinar if you can start. There's a webinar if you are really looking for issue guidance, right? If your campaign plan is in a mess. So I really think it's almost a series of webinar courses that people can, and then we'll figure out why or something to certain, you know. You might have like, you know, a objection for you know, 10 minutes, you know, we get and I think even showing like a 2-minute video, you know, like I think that's kind of sort of fixing it up. Even though I feel what we had tonight, what you managed very well as participation. And I like what you said, okay, I'm talking at you right now, this is not what leadership that we're talking about. Oh, it's great. That was really good.
Ooh, John, I haven't purchased any books yet. Oh, that's okay. I don't have any books. Ethan, I still watch this fake. Oh, why do I still watch? I don't know, Ethan. Better find something else to do.
Right. And we're also yeah, well, great. Yeah, right, yeah. And Llewellyn, you know, but I do good. Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, right. Yeah, because a lot of people, you know, they people hang out with them. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, no, I mean, I agree, especially. I think for now that's not the issue. The issue is, you know, unfortunately,
And the free money books years ago. Yes, I've been doing this for 40 or 50 years already. And thank you.
you will not be in this role for very long. But you need to be in this role for A, being able to sell it, and two, to be able
Oh, Ethan, want to purchase a home for your birthday? Yeah, I could show you that kind of stuff. I'm part of the program. I need help in Michigan. Art, yes, wonderful. Gabe is there, over 100 members on Facebook groups. Let's Go Fans Q&A. That's still growing. Great, Gabe.
Yeah, well, also, there were a couple downers too, right? Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, I think something's working here. You know, yeah, right. And when you think about it, in the span of 6 months, I mean, most organizations spend years figuring this out before they even launch, right? And, so to me, I think it's worth the stumble to quickly and learn, and we'll keep learning. This is never a perfect piano. And if you wait for that, just kill yourself. It won't ever happen. Can I just ask you one or two really quick things? I just didn't want to I think he's thinking
Okay, guys, so I'm going to come back at 9:30, okay? So I'm just, doing this as promotion. Let people know I'll be here. So if they're looking around, I hope they could tell by the title that I'll be back live then. Take your questions, go over some stuff that I have in my mind. Okay. Okay, let's see. We're going to get more stuff here.
I think that's good. So I just think though I shouldn't say we're doing it next. So can I? Yeah. And this would be the advanced. Yeah. So of course I'll CC you. Yeah. So what I thought I'd do is I would respond and include you and say, and by the way, and Nika's eager to talk to you. Yeah. Is that okay? Or I'll just say, yeah, I just think you follow up on emails, right? Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And in the email you sent to him initially, you included the snapshot, but did you also include a link to the guide? Okay. How about if I do that when I respond and say, look at all the negative stuff to do. And then I'll, okay, so that's what else. Do you want me to send him only the link or the actual link? That's great. And I'm here until about 12:30 before I can. No. Okay. Say hi to Ariel. Talk to you. Okay.
Hmm. So how was that?
It was good. It was a small group.
Yeah.
Someone from Birmingham, Atlanta, Queens, and
Are these
someplace
mentors?
in California. 2 coaches, two allies, and 3 students.
What's the difference between coach and an ally?
It's the same. We prefer the term ally.
Uh-huh. No, that sounds better.
You want the coffee on?
What's it? Yeah, I just turned it on. Yeah. Did I put 9? Oh my goodness! I said live at 9. I didn't realize.
Want me to make you a coffee?
No, that'll be nice. Thank you, see. Oh, I'm a dumbass. Okay, we got that. I think we got, boy. I thought I was putting in 9:30. Oh, I did put in 9:30 somewhere. Doreen, I see I said 9:30. That's 9. What did I say on YouTube? Did I say 9 or 9:30? Oh, God, am I dumb? What did I do? Live stream, what did I do? Oh, why am I so stupid in my old age? Oh, I have 9 p.m. on that too. Oh, why don't? Oh, I see. Well, it's here. Okay, that's good. Ah, okay, that's 9. YouTubers, did I put 9 or 9:30 in the title there? I don't know what I did, and I'm so stupid. What do you see? I can't see the title for some reason now that I'm on live. Oh, 9 o'clock. Good. I guess. I mean, I thought it was 9:30, but see, I think one place I did 9:30, and the rest is Doreen. Okay, you said 9:30, but you were on at 9. Yes, actually, I put it on at 9 and wanted to go 9:30 because I had some stuff to organize, and I thought this is a way to sort of get people to know I'm coming without having to say, "Hey, come back at 9:30" or something. And I'll just put in the title. I have to do it once, because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I usually have 6 videos on. That's why on the Let's Go Help, I don't do this. We just do, just the one-on-one thing and the small collection of people. But what I think that, we're coming at the end of the year, Christmas time. Oh, by the way, the great Christmas presents that the government has, somebody reminded me today that I told them about this, that you can get an aerial photograph of your neighborhood. And this is before Google. Google just gives you around, at eye level. But actually NOAA, National Oceanographic Atmospheric Administration, you could get an aerial photograph, from satellite and stuff like that. All that. They charge you a few dollars and stuff like that. But man, that's cool stuff. You can't get that at the mall, or you can't even get it on, what do you call that guy? Amazon. That's what it is. Amazon. Clint Updike. What the heck's going on in the background? What the hell? That's a sign. Can't you see? It says a sign there. Some of you have to read it backwards. Some depends on what it is. But that says, "I love you, Smiley." That's my wife's name, Smiley. I call her that for 35 years now or whatever. And that's when I used to travel a lot. I got this long ago for her. And so if I'm out of town, she can just click the sign, like Eat at Joe's or something like that. And the sign goes on. So that's what that sign is. So don't worry about it. I know it screws up the cameras. Depending on how good the camera is, that will screw up the color and the light and things like that. What I found is that wearing yellow really works well with most cameras. So that's why I like them. I like yellow. I have a yellow Mini Cooper. I went to get a new key to the Mini Cooper, and the automatic door open thing, $300 for a car key. $300 for a car key. Now that's crazy, man. I get a whole car for $300. Yeah, a car key. It's crazy. Go bicycle. That's what I'm. But okay, so the New Year's resolution. Okay, Christmas gifts. Remember, you could go through your congressman or even the White House himself. Here's some stuff from the congressman you could get. You could get a flag flown over the Capitol in honor of somebody. Well, this is really cool. You call your congressman's office, and say for your grandmother's birthday. I don't know if you get it for Christmas, because what they do is they fly it over the Capitol on that day. And on that day, and then you get the flag, which is like $10 or something like that. And you get a certificate from the architect of the Capitol that says that this flag was flown over the Capitol in honor of, Mrs. Nathan Kowalski or whatever, whoever it is you're honoring, and you get it. I mean, where else are you going to get that? You're not going to get that on Amazon, right? No way. Yeah. So that's what the kind of neat things. Or don't forget, here's another neat little thing too that you can make money out of, and that is that anything that's out of over copyright, like 25 years, I think that's the copyright thing. So there's a lot of famous photographs. You ever see that photograph of Nixon and Elvis Presley in the White House shaking hands. That photograph's public information. So the trolls at who is that that site on the internet that sells pictures, Getty Pictures. They have they have trolls, legal trolls that try to sue the pants off you. Actually, try to scare the pants off you because you use some photograph, and they're just like mafia. They say, we're gonna take you to court. They're not gonna do that because it costs thousands and thousands of court, and they hope you'd settle for $300, and that kind of thing. But this photograph of Nixon and Elvis, and Elvis has a cape on. He's dressed like Elvis. And he's in the White House. They're shaking hands in the Oval Office, and that's public information. You get a copy from the National Archives and sell it. You sell all these things. That's it. So anything in the government is not copyrighted. Like my first New York Times bestseller was a book I copied from the government printing office. Took the whole goddamn book, just cut and pasted it, sent it to New York, and it became a New York Times bestseller. The first time I did that was back in business. I used to do, you should be wearing your Santa suit. Yeah, I got a Santa suit, question mark Santa suit. Live at 9 p.m. Okay, great. That's great. And lost my thought. I don't know what I'm saying a lot of times, or I forget it. Okay, I guess presents. The kind of presents that you can't get anywhere else. So you have the flying over the Capitol. It's a terrific thing. The White House. You can get, like your. I think if your parents maybe been married, for 50 years, you get, Donald Trump will sign a congratulatory card. There's a whole bunch of reasons why they will, you're 80 years old, you get a card from the White House, but you have to request it. And a good way to request that is really from your congressman. You go through the White House. I don't think they're as organized, but your congressman's organized because they're hoping for every vote back home. This is the time to start getting money too, grant money. You go to your congressman. I was talking to somebody today on Let's Go Talk, and she needs $10,000 to repair her mother's home. And I said, just call up your elected official, because they know programs that I won't even know. And what's neat, that they help you because you may vote for them. And she said, well, will they check out what party I'm from? No, they don't care if you go to parties or not. That was a bad joke. But no, maybe you're a Democrat. No, they just hope you'll vote, because actually, even if you're the opposite party, if that congressman gets you, $10,000 to fix up your house, you'll vote for that son of a gun no matter what they do, right? And that's how the system works, unfortunately. That's why these people stay in business so long, because all their staff does is they don't study legislation and laws. They pretend to do, but the most of the time is to help constituents. They're the people who may vote for them, or even if you don't vote, doesn't matter. As long as you live in the neighborhood, they're there to help you. And they're at their local office and the Washington office and stuff like that. Actually, I was reading today, I want to talk about it later, this guy was trying to get his government loans forgiven by his loan servicer for his student loans. And they were yanking them around or whatever. And so right in there, in this article, I think it must have been the New York Times, the Washington Post, the two I read, he says how he was, Albert, how you doing? Nope, not me. If I help, that's great. But this guy does not sell out. Oh, good. And if he, so he called this congressman and the Consumer Finance Protection Board. And when he started calling again to his loan servicer, who was giving him the runaround, they said that one of the people said that he was talking to, hey, there's something in the file here on you that you have the big shots after them. See, this is what we all have access to. You call these people. Don't think that you and your little, slingshot could beat these big companies. No, you can't. But the government can. And they're worried about it because it's just like Donald Trump's lawyers going to jail. All the shit he did wrong, nobody could get him, but the government did, for something, maybe paying taxes or whatever it is. Yeah. And that's why everybody's afraid of them. So you, as a small person in this system, can use that to your advantage. I mean, that to me is the most powerful leveling field tool that we all have living in this democracy, where you're Donald Trump, where you're living on 10 grand a year. You still have access to all this stuff and be able to use it. And it's not only money, it's that kind of other power too. It's information. It's legal information. Like I was trying to run a contest and I didn't know how to do it or whatever. Man, I just called the Federal Trade Commission. They write the laws. They'll tell you for free. Yeah. Or you feel discriminated because, again, you're over 40 and in the workforce. If you're over 40 in the workforce and you feel discriminated against, that's against the law. That's age discrimination. That's right. The government thinks you're old at 40. 40. Man, I don't remember 40. That was 35 years ago. That's a kid. Kids are 40. Actually, my kids are close to 40. So they consider them a senior soon. Yeah. Isn't that amazing? See, that's what I mean. It's a complicated world. We live by headlines, little bits of information. And what's underneath that? Who is it we call in our local government again? It depends on what, Daryl. Who do you want to call? When in doubt, call your elected official, your congressman, senator, your state elected representative, things like that. Housing, you call your there's dozens and dozens of places that actually can possibly help. But it's having a funnel. You have to start somewhere and start collecting. What you have to get used to in life is research. Nothing happens without you doing research. That's why, if you look at the title here, I have a website there, free.lesco.com/store. And the first thing you'll see there is a free download. Now, that free download is a course. It's a mastermind course, I call it, of how to do research on the internet so you don't buy stuff. The internet is geared for you to buy stuff. If you don't buy stuff off the internet goes away, or Google goes away. Really what happens. And Google controls the internet because that's what all people use. And if it's not Google, if it's Bing or one of the other things, then they live off of advertising. So if you're not spending any money on the internet, they go away. So their big motive on the internet is to make you spend money. So all the stuff I'm talking about doesn't cost money. So that's why you'll never find it there because there's just too much on there, and every one of them is trying to sell you something. So you gotta be careful. When you're out on the internet looking for stuff and trying to get help, because it's all about getting your money. And a lot of people don't have it. Or to me, why spend it when you don't have to? Because we all have limited resources, no matter how rich you are, And if you could save it, and to me, it's trying to know the alternative. So who is that we call in our local government? Okay, Daryl, so you can get your own business for free? Yes, you always could. It's just that you don't want to start Google, right? Because then you have to invest in all that stuff. There's so many businesses that you don't need to invest. That's the other thing. 46 going, I'm old. That's right. The government thinks you're old, man. and that's the important thing, right? See, I think, and the more, if you are sitting there and say you've never started a business before, or started and failed and stuff like it, and it didn't work out for you or whatever, well, you probably have bad stuff in your head about what it takes to start a business. And I think, to me, it is you don't know for sure. There's too many ways not to have money. You don't need money to start a business. You talk to other people, they say you need money. And you have an idea, take it. Well, you have to be creative, man. Now, you may be able to get big money for your business. You may not. And if you do, that's why you go and research. You go and find everything. Don't go and just Google internet, because you're not going to get stuff. You're just going to get other people saying you can't because they have something to sell you. And you'll need to buy stuff from them, like marketing on the internet or whatever it is. Yeah? No, you take the time and learn. It takes work. Everything in life takes work. And we all have different kind of resources, limited resources. Waiting for my school to approve my financial aid application filled in by me and my father. If we get approved, I will get $16,000 in cash between January and June. Yeah, but it sounds like nuclear that you may have to pay that back. I'd be careful. That's good. Can I start my own studio now? Yes. What do you need to start a studio? What do you got? Are you an artist, nuclear, or what? Or a photographer? You don't need money. You need a customer. You know, you got a camera. You're a photographer, and you need a customer. Forget all this stuff that you need. Sure, I can make a dream that I need 1,000 things, but that's not the point in life. The point is, how soon can you be in business? And you're not in business until you get a customer. So forget everything else people tell you about starting a business, because it doesn't matter. And it's all stuff that you have to spend money on. So forget it. Unless you have a lot of money, you want to do that? Fine, more power to you. But it's not. It's just about getting customers. And that's going to be, you're going to have to figure out how to do that anyway, eventually in your business. If you buy your building and invest in this and invest in that, and you still have to go out and get a customer. So do that first. Yeah, and that's the important thing. If you say, well, it makes sense, well, then rethink it on how it doesn't make sense, or it will make sense, just to get a customer. What would be a good platform to get a corporate sponsor? Well, I guess it depends on what, because it's a sponsor. And what's the corporate? You're a small business. You want to do, I mean, it all depends on what you're doing. I mean, if you're selling bubble gum and you want somebody to sponsor it, then you have to go to big companies or whatever. If you have a local, coffee shop or something like that, and you say, well, you want to get somebody sponsored to sort of give free coffee, to all the homeless people or something like that. And you find local small businesses will kick in $500,000. So there's not one way to do anything. Everything is more complicated. And the way to do that is just take your first guess. It doesn't matter you're right or wrong, or it doesn't. Just take, I think this is the way it should be. Go do it. Don't ask anybody else for help. No. Because you got to try something first and see why that's wrong. Because that's the way you learn. Because if I tell you something and it's wrong, you don't give a shit, because you say, Lesko's an idiot. I've been told that a lot. I got ex-wives to prove it. And it doesn't matter, because what works for you, nobody could understand you the way you could understand you. Everybody else is guessing, and maybe this worked for somebody else, yes, and maybe you could use it, but no. The best way to learn is by taking whatever stupid thing you have in your head, and with the resources you have, and going out and trying to make it happen. If you say, oh, I can't do this because I don't have a lot of money, that's an excuse. Because you'll never have a lot of money, okay? So you always have, then you're spending about looking for money that you don't do or don't have, okay? If that's the thing, then you go out and say, okay, what are the 10 best places I think I could get money? Don't guess. You contact them. You call up and say, hey, you giving money out today? Why not? Hey, why am I stupid in calling you? And asking for money. They'll tell you why you're stupid. And then after 10 people tell you why you're stupid, you start to think, hey, maybe I am stupid. And you start thinking of something else. But otherwise, then you think you're smart, but you inside you don't know what to really do, because you want to do one thing and be a millionaire. And that ain't going to happen. Doesn't happen for anybody. Well, I guess it does. They're the ones on the commercials. And the rest of us have to work at it. And that's the name of that tune, or whatever it is. But so back in the government stuff. So you have your elected officials. You could call them and say, what kind of gifts or whatever things that help out. All the greetings from the White House, see, are free. And that's nice things to do. I mean, just think your aunt, your uncle, or whatever, or maybe somebody became an Eagle Scout. See, they'll send them a congratulatory note from the White House, signed by the president. Actually, got a robo pen. He doesn't sign them. What was the name of your website for research again, please? Say it slowly. Okay, it's in the title. My website's in the title. It's, I guess I do have somewhere, is a sheet with all that on. And I don't know. No sheet. I have no sheet here. Where did I get no sheet? No sheet. Where's the sheet? No sheet. Here's the sheet. No sheet. I got a sheet. That's my email. And by the way, yeah, if anybody out there is, I'm starting to market on social media instead of just doing stuff like this. This was really my marketing, but now I'm starting to buy marketing and stuff like that and test that waters out. And a fellow helped me out and said, we're getting a lot of trolls. And there are people who hate me, hate the government, hate themselves, or whether come out and just say a lot of bad stuff. I've had that before. I've been beat up by better people, I'm sure. But what I'm looking forward to counter that is third-party videos. So if you're so inspired to do like a 30-second, 40-second about my work, if you know it at all, you want to tell me I'm an asshole too, yeah, I'd be happy to look at it, because maybe I could learn something that too, but I probably won't use it. Because I'm trying to combat the trolls that say I'm an asshole. I don't need somebody else saying that. I get enough of that for free or whatever. But that's what I'm looking for. So if you find it in your heart or whatever to do a 30 or 60, not a 60, maybe a 30, 40 seconds, just with your iPhone, say, hey, let's go, he did this, or he is that, or even if you didn't buy anything from me, or whatever you think of the help I'm trying to do. Because that's the important thing. I got 20 more years to try to do help as many people as I can, and learn about the tools that are out there in society that may be able to help you. There's no guarantee in anything. I can't guarantee you'll get this money or that there. No, it's something to try. It may or may not work. It may or may not work for everybody. All I know is millions and hundreds of millions of people use it every day. And it does help people, and your obligation is to try, but you can't find it in Google. And that's it. If it was easy to find, then you wouldn't need me. Fine, I'll find something else to do. But until that happens, then I feel we need somebody that educates about what's good. We learn about what's bad about the government. Everybody says that every day, right? And there's a lot of bad things. Like there's a lot of bad things for me. And that's important, to know. We're all bad. We all have bad parts of us, but we all have good parts too. And there's too much. I think the internet allows people to say what they want, which is great. But I want to show the other side. Okay, you say this is, Lesko is promoting welfare or whatever you want to. I've heard it all. But I want to have third parties to say something, decent, why this is good, because I want to encourage people, whether you use me or not. See, what I see in all the media I do is not whether, I do have to have sales, to keep going and keep doing it. So that's the bottom line, yes. So I got to be smart enough how to do it. But the more important is to educate people about what's there, whether you use me or not, because most people don't even believe it's there. It's help. And they'll make one phone call, I know I couldn't get it, and he's an idiot. And then they give up. And that's what I'm trying to fight, is number one, educate people about how difficult life is to get this, but that it is real. And I think, see, the people who sell you stuff, and see, I'm one of those too, because I sell you stuff, that try to make you say it's easy, and that's my temptation too. But it's not. And it does take work, but you have to have the tools. You have to develop the tools. We don't teach people that. We teach people how to spend money, and that's it. We don't teach people how to find the good stuff. You're not taught that in school. You're not taught philosophy, how to do things that are morally right. You're just taught how to do things that are legally right. And we have a president that is showing us the difference, isn't he? And so that's important. It's on his channel. Can you help me with the research for a grant so I can start a new circus? Oh, I remember somebody wanted to help and started a circus. Yeah, you probably wrote to Let's Go Free Radio, and it got lost, and I did. Yeah, I mean, a circus is no different than anything else. Starting a circus, I mean, that sounds cool. And how do you do that? See, I think there's a lot of ways to do that. I mean, what comes to mind, because it is so cool, is to, how big or small. I mean, to me, if you want to do, start doing, so, I mean, this is a local thing. If you're going to be a local circus, then there's something called accelerators in every community now. usually at the state level, and these are federal, state, and local and nonprofit organizations. And what they do is give you grants to help develop your ideas. So you maybe get like 30 grand to help develop. Because something maybe as big as a circus, you got to get this big complicated plan. You know, you're going to have 100 people, acrobat, you know, oh, this elephants, lions, and tigers and bears. Or do you start small, you know, somehow? And maybe you need just 100 grand to do a small little neighborhood circus or something. I mean, to me, that almost sounds like a crowdfunding site, because see, something like that with crowdfunding, you could market to your neighbors and everybody else that this is coming to town. I request your help with an invention. I understand you're busy. Please assist. GTG1, is that here, or where did you ask for it, GT? I mean, if the way to, you know, to make me responsible for that is on Let's Go Help. So if you go to store and you look for Let's Go Help, then you can ask me a question and I give you answers all day long. It may take me a day or two to get it, but I package anything like you for having an invention. You tell me what state, where you live, and I show you the best places to start. Okay, now the free stuff, if you Let's Go Free Radio or here, the places, if you have an invention, I think the place not to do is go to an invention company. You do not want to do that. Maybe one of the best places to start, I'll get my question out, Helen's mom. Oh, one of the best places to start is look for, if you go to meetup.com, look to see if they have an invention club in your area. You want an inventors club. These are free people who are inventors. They've been at it for a while. I will never go to an invention company. Yay, yay. And then I've spoken at these clubs. They're great. They help you for free. They tell you all about you know, what's good and bad and what everything, and about what free help's available and everything like that. So Inventors Association. Every state seems to have an Inventors Association. So if you put, you know, Google Inventors Association and see what pops up, make sure it is only .org organizations. .org. Don't go to .com, so that somebody's selling you something. .org is not selling you anything, and that's who you want, you know, to look. So that's the best place to start. Also, your business development center locally. They help inventors for free. I even have a video of the people, you know, who run these things telling you how they help inventors. I mean, they have people who will go to invention company, they want to charge them 10 grand, and they say, we do the same thing for free. And they don't believe them because they're the government, and they go spend the 10 grand. Just crazy. Yeah, crazy, crazy. If you call the Federal Trade Commission, you'll see that most invention companies, you know, are screwing people over, you know, and that they will suck you in and get $7,000, $10,000 from you, and they maybe have a few, you know, success stories, but you don't need them. Debbie you gave me free lawyers. Yay, Debbie, would you mind doing a video and sending me? You know, you can send it to Let's Go Free Radio at Gmail or at one of my at Facebook. You could load it up there just on your iPhone and say, you know, what yeah, how I help you or anything, or what you think, you know, about my work, and, you know, about, you know, 30, 40 seconds or whatever it is, and send it in. And loved it. Matthew Lesko is the real deal. He has done his homework and knows the real. Oh, Michael, that's awfully nice. Real inside your brain. Yeah, it's just research, and the more I research, man, I just still get a kick out of finding something. I mean, it's just fun, you know. All the stuff that's out there and that's available now. And like right now, what excites me is really the gig economy, because this is what's happening in our society. We have trends coming in our society. You know, at one time, just think, we're all farmers. 98% of us in this country worked on the farm, you know, and within, you know, a couple decades, you know, it got down to 2%. You know, and so things change, you know, and they're changing again. And that's why the workforce is completely changing. And that's why you have to look at those trends to see how it's fit. And what's neat about trends, in the beginning, they're growing. You know, once they become completely static, then it's harder to get in. It's easier in the beginning. Like I got in on the computers in the 70s. I had an MBA computer in 1975, man. I was a professor in college, teaching university level, and I was still in college trying to learn it. And I was teaching at one college the same course I was taking at another college. I was just keeping my students a week behind what I was learning. That's, on the growth curve. So that's what that kind of thing is. So that's what's neat. There's really better opportunities there. Just read, like Uber has a couple million drivers already. Sure, people are saying, there's all kind of bad things. Yes, there's bad things with everything. There's bad things with the car. Just think when we had first cars, we run around on horses, right? And I heard somebody say, "Thank God horses couldn't vote." We would never have cars, right? But we have cars now. Now we're not even going to have drivers. So we're going to have drivers. So it's planning for that. It's thinking about it, trying to find the beginning of the wave. You don't want to be at the end of the wave when it's starting to go back out to sea again. Then there's no opportunity. That's why you don't want to be there. You want to be in the beginning with it. You can work for a beverage company, get your own CDL that way. What's a CDL? Let the trolls know that because of you, I was able to get grant for my CDL. What's that? What's a CDL? Okay, MJ, my JS 4 days. Hey, Matthew, you're a blessing. Can you send me a video, Jay? Oh, man, that would just help me with the trolls. Because, if we can overpower these people, then they, it's sort of like a bully, If you just let them go and ignore it, and that's why if you fight back, see, to me, it's not me fighting back because they're attacking me. But if so, I'm too biased. And that's why I want other people to say this about me. I think is a better way to attack these people, and because otherwise, to me, what they're doing is stopping people from improving their lives. And that's why I had a government agency up in New York, a state government agency, beat me up. This is about 10, 12, 15 years ago or something now. And they're saying I was encouraging something. They didn't say I lied. They didn't say any of this kind of stuff. It's just that I was encouraging scammers, because there were other people that were scamming people with grants and stuff like that. So somehow, because I was getting all this media attention and I had all my advertising and stuff, I was encouraging that. So, somehow they beat me up. And to me, what really upset me is not what they said about me, is about what they're saying about, see, I don't think I'm important. What's important is the information that we all have access to. What I see is the rich using the hell out of this. This is how I learn. I learned from helping Fortune 500 clients take all this stuff. Now, to me, the most important thing, and for the rest of my life, is trying to make sure that everyone in America knows about this stuff, no matter how rich or poor you are. And that's why I don't want to charge a lot of money. I charge $20 or something. $40 is a lot of money. Now everybody's saying, "Oh, you have to charge $500. You haven't got to." The people pay. Sure, I'm sure that people will pay, but people could pay $500. They don't need me. They'll do very well without it. Some of them they'll pay $1,000. Somebody else, they're not of interest to me. It's that, how do I help somebody who only has $20? Because they need the help more. And that's the most important thing in my life, and always has been. But if you get into marketing people and things like that, say, "No, you can get 1,000. You can get," I don't want to be the $1,000 guy. I want to be the $20 guy. Because it's too much. And maybe I feel guilty because I'm getting stuff for free and selling it for as much as I can get, or whatever. I used to do that, but now it's making sure that everybody knows about this stuff, because we all pay for it. You speak the truth, my brother. Oh, thank you, Denny. Oh, can you send me a video that says that? That's what I need for these haters, is that the ammunition I could show. I'm sure it's going to be selfish for me, but I admit that. And I'm not going to pay you to do it or whatever, because that, to me, defeats the purpose. If it's not coming from the heart, then it's not real. That's the way I want to work now, too. I think that's the most important way to work to do anything, to feel alive every second of your existence is by sharing your heart, and that your work you do comes from your heart. Everything. I mean, just think if your loved ones or something, then come around. Yeah, I just want to love that lady, so she cooks for me every night, you know, or whatever it is. Yeah, that's not a way to live, you know. Well, it is. I'm sure a lot of people love, and maybe sometimes you have to. Whatever. I can't judge what other people do, but to me, the ideal is not. Sure, it takes work to live that way because no one encourages you to do it. You have to fight every day to try to live like that. You know, and that's hard to do in our society because there's no encouragement, you know, to do that. Mr. Lesko spreads truth. Oh, thank you, Michael. Yeah, I mean, I until I started when I was, you know, I did Oprah a bunch of times and Larry King and Letterman and all that kind of stuff, and talked to millions and millions of people. But tell you the truth, talking here, hearing what you guys say like this, that's so much better for my soul, my heart, everything, than pile up dough or loud applause or any of that stuff. People would judge me on a 60-second commercial. Now I could speak for an hour, you know, and really show myself. When I used to go tour with books, I used to work on a book for a year. And I'd take the last month of that and figure out what I was going to say when I went out and did a book tour. So when I did a book tour, I was going to do interviews, and you get free commercials when you do an interview. So I would work for a whole month on just what I was going to say in a 1-minute commercial, in a 1-minute interview. So like the Live at 5 News, they only interview you for about 1 minute. For a 3-minute interview, that's sort of like Today's Show, where they do about 3 minutes or something. That's all you have. So you got to, I mean, I used to think that was the most important thing, what I was going to say in a 3-minute interview. And when I boiled it down to, I can't answer their questions. I would work hard on, okay, what do I think is the most important thing about this book to say? And I would make sure I got that out. So I remember Jane Pauley used to do the Today Show or something. I worked with her one time, and she'd say, Matthew, isn't it hard to get this money or something like that? She was trying to start a fight or something like that. And I would just say, yes, but did you know you get a house for $1? So if you say yes to anybody who wants to argue with you, the argument goes away. Yeah, and especially on the air, people just want to look good. Yeah, so they don't care. And I just use that other time. To me, the people interviewing were just a prop for me to say that. So if the question didn't cover one of the items I wanted to say, if they said anything, I would just say yes, and then cover the question that they should have asked me, but they didn't, because time is important that way. Helen, I want to help these parents of addicts who are suffering. Please point me in the direction to start a treatment center for parents. Well, there's a lot of ways. How would you do that? Well, if it's going to be local, I mean, there's grant money for there's a couple ways to do that. Is the community development block grants. I mean, there's probably 150 ways to do that where you live. You know, and that's it. You're going to have to start somewhere and start doing it. See what's there now. What I would do is volunteer somewhere in a treatment house right now. So you know. And if you volunteer, then you figure out where are they getting their money, because they're probably nonprofits, whatever, or getting subsidized or whatever, like that. And then you have to start looking. So you have an idea now, but you have to start figuring out the details about what's best for you and how to do it. Now, how do you get help to decide that? So you go start talking. Call your elected official. Tell them what you want to do. Maybe they know offhand, you know, what to do, or what organizations give money like that, things like that. Go your county health department, you know, because they will have like all the treatment centers or whatever. So what to do is say, okay, hey, what treatment centers, you know, and make an appointment. Go belly to belly. Don't get on the internet and just look at what they have. Do that, but do that just for information. So when you go belly to belly, see, it's really getting. People are becoming more important. The more stuff is on the internet, the more people are important. So you want to know what treatment centers are locally, you go to your library. library. Ask your reference librarian. They've been asked that question. They know what's local. Yeah, what you're going to have on Google is some aggregator who's financed by an aggregator, somebody trying to find people who's looking for treatment. And what they do is figure out how to market and get your name, and they sell it to treatment centers. Okay, so that's what you're going to find. Somebody who wants your money to sell to somebody who wants some money. Now, you're going to be in a different business, so you don't want to do that. See, and that's what you're going to find on the internet. So that's why you go locally and find out. Get on the ground floor. Move to Texas. Okay, belly to belly. I like that. Yes, Sonia, that's what it is, because people who in their business know their stuff, like me. You go and Google grants, okay? You're going to get 50 million websites, okay? You don't know. Who does know, right? And I know none of them are good for what you want. First of all, you don't want a grant. You just want money. Yeah. So that's the basic problem. And everybody there is selling you something, and the people who give out grants don't get money from you, so they don't have money to give to Google. So you're not going to find them. So good evening from your favorite MCDC realtor. Oh my gosh, Shante. Yes, nice to see you. Grants from the state of California. Yes, it's all there. Wow. Oh, Shante, or anybody that is new back. I mean, my email. If you can take 30, 40 seconds to say something nice, I hope, about my work. You want to say something bad? Yeah, I'll listen to it. And maybe it'll change me somehow, be interesting to see. But really, I'm trying to fight trolls and who are born to just find bad stuff about everything. And sure, I know there's bad stuff about me. There's bad stuff about grants. There's bad about everything. But the important thing to me is trying to get people to know about the help that's out there. So if now that I'm doing marketing on the internet and not, where people can listen to me for an hour, they're just going to glance at something like that. So how do I capture them when underneath what I say just for 13 seconds is someone says that he's the biggest liar of the world and yada, 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 yada. So, I mean, these people, I don't know if they hate the government, they hate me, or just hate themselves. They do that. But I'm looking for like the short little videos that are of real people that I don't pay, because I think that defeats the purpose, that give the other side of the story, And so people could make a judgment, okay? They could evaluate, okay, is this person sincere about this? I mean, that's, unless you're a good actor or actress or whatever, or do they believe the troll? I mean, the hate usually comes through, but if it's not talked to, then you don't have anything to judge it against. Hey, sorry for being that late. I'm here. Oh, yes, we started without you, actually. How do you sell the small business? How do I sell this to small business? This is a great business. It would be great marketing for you to teach individuals to take this back to their communities and take partnership. Yeah, I mean, I hope anybody do what I do. It doesn't matter. You want to sell my stuff? It is great. I'll share with you, and that's great. You got a way, to do that and be happy to help. I don't know. I'm starting to build something new. I mean, I've been, ever since the books for about 10 years now, I've been working on how to package, how to sell, whatever. I don't know how, and I'm getting closer. And that's why even now with the advertising and social media and getting a little closer, I'm getting a step, closer. I mean, it's learning the new tools. I mean, I grew up in a different era with a lot of different tools, so I got to learn these new tools and not try to make the old stuff work. Grants in the state of California. Now remember, if you go to free.lesco.com/store, you'll see that I have one of my products there is One Stop. And the One Stop is a state listing. Actually, it's like a 500-page ebook with about 150 videos in it of all the grants in your state. I have it for every state, okay? And you could download it. I usually get it to you, it depends on a couple of days, to get you for your state. And that, I think everybody should, actually, I think the IRS should give that out with taxes, your tax form. When you get your tax form, you get this, there's almost 400 websites in there and description and videos of the programs that your taxes are paying for. See, that's what I think everybody should have. And I'm part of the program. I need help in Michigan. Good. So, go. If you're in the okay, so anybody who's a member of Let's Go Help, so that's the group on the way I help is and even old letsgo.com people. I'm trying to get everybody moved over to the group on Facebook, the Facebook group. It's a private group, so it's facebook.com/groups/Let's-Go-Help. And if you're paid for a subscription, then request to be approved, and I'll approve you. It may take a few hours to get there, and then you ask me a question. I mean, every day, you can ask me a question 10 times a day, and I do the research, find your resources to get you started. And any question, then you come back with another one. You can do it for your whole family or whatever. I don't care. I just want to get as many people have, and I got to have revenue. It's $20 a month. You want to just use it 1 month, screw it. That's fine. I hope. And what I'm doing there is not Q&A like this. Maybe I'll do more like this, but now I'm doing is seminars. I take a topic, like we did 2 on housing. I did one on how to get money for real estate from the federal and state level, then another one on the local and nonprofit. That's an hour. But see, with those video training, I give you a free book, an ebook with all the resources. So you get about 100 resources, so you don't have to do the research. Here I give you hey, try this, and you have to search and maybe. No, when I do that in the membership thing, you're getting a download of all the things I talk about, all the websites I talk about, so you don't have to search, and I do all that with you. Scoots! Hiya, Scoots Allen. That sounds familiar. Did you try to join maybe, Scoots? And I couldn't find your membership. I don't know. Yeah, it takes a long time. It's just this Facebook is not integrated well. Ebook, I like that. Thank you, Scoots. Yes, I did. And did I send you a notice that I couldn't find your membership? Because maybe I'm wrong. I screw up a lot. My age, I don't know. But yeah, not the book though. See, this is a subscription thing, Scoots, and that's if you go to free.letsgo.com/store. That's the $20 a month thing. And that way you could ask me anything all the time, and I do it. Oh, my bad. No, that's okay. You don't know shit. I don't know a lot. And even stuff I do know, I still screw up. So it's for all. I think that's what you have to do. That's what's neat about being old, getting older. You realize, oh man, how much I do screw up. So that makes me a little more tolerant of other people who screw up. Because we all screw up. So why not? That's what everybody else has to be perfect, because we're perfect. Yeah, but we're not. So you give other people a break, and then we'll all get along a lot better. Okay, is there a have to? I really have to do because I got to go back. And oh man, I am getting so far behind on research. I wanted to do this run for the Let's Go Help. Maybe I'll have a separate group that soon. I'm going to turn it on and just be there for people who really want to catch me. But that'll be on Zoom. See, I don't do this. We do it on Zoom on there, so you can go on and we can really have a conversation. You want to talk instead of here. You just put in the chat thing, But on that, so it's limited. There's not hundreds of people like we have now that will just, it's easy to talk. And that's what I'm trying to do is that, because I see that's where I really help the best, is that because you give me, I'll send you the links. Tell me what you need help for. I'll send you the links. So like the woman on the inventor. Okay, I said something, but see, then those things I said, I'll send you links. I'll send you links for where you live, so you don't have to do Google search to find 5 million places that want to give you money before you can find the stuff that I told you. You know, so that's what I think is maybe the best use of my time to get people the real help that they need. Okay, I don't know if you remember me, but last time, but I talked to you about Christopher, I sort of, actually I remember the avatar, but I don't remember what we talked about. Man, I can't remember 20 minutes ago. I walk upstairs. What the hell did I go upstairs for? Yeah. So that's a problem. Okay, guys, I'm going to pack it in, okay? But thanks a lot for being here. And remember, free.lesgo.com/store. Here's my email. And actually for the email, you know, if it's in you to do a little short video, you know, about 30, 40 seconds of what you think of my work, so we could have something to show to trolls or show next to the trolls. I'm going to stop people from saying stuff. They have a right to say it. You know, I just want other stuff to show people, so they see the other side of the story. You know, instead of me just saying, "Oh no, I am nice. I am nice." No, you're a meanie. Send the Gmail account. Yeah, just send it to the Gmail. Let's Go Free Radio at gmail.com. Let's Go Free Radio at gmail.com. Yeah. That. Okay. What else? Sir, you're good. Your work speaks for itself. I know, but people don't see that. They just see, you know, a second or two or a picture of me or whatever. No, I believe that. It's just, yeah, we live in the society we got. I second that. Great. Well, thank you very much. You guys, your words touch me very closely. I mean, to me, I call it food for my soul. I mean, I've never had so much food for my soul as I do now from you guys, and that's what's amazing. So I feel very blessed, and I pinch myself every day that I'm living this life, and it's really the nice things you guys say. So thank you very much, and I hope I help you. That's all I want to do. Is that selfish? Because that feels so good. Take care. I think pretty good.